Welcome back to the Expensive Coins History channel, everyone. If you're passionate about rare coins, numismatics, or simply curious about that small piece of metal sitting in your coin jar, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most mysterious and increasingly valuable coins from the Philippines, the 1984 no-mint mark 50 centimo coin. You might have seen it, you might even own one. But do you know how much it's really worth in 2025? Let's uncover its secrets, its historical context, and why collectors are willing to pay top money for it today. The 1984 50 centimo coin is part of the Flora and Fauna series, which was first introduced by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas in the early 1980s. This series aimed to promote national pride by showcasing indigenous animals and plants found in the Philippines. The 50 centimo denomination from 1984 featured the image of the Philippine eagle, known locally as the haribon, an endangered species and a national symbol of strength and resilience. Made primarily of copper-nickel, the coin had a reeded edge and was meant for everyday circulation. On the obverse side, you'll see the portrait of Marcelo H. del Pilar, a prominent Filipino writer and revolutionary hero. His name and birth year are also inscribed, reinforcing his legacy in Philippine history. Now, here's where things get interesting. Most coins from this series were struck at the BSP Mint in Quezon City, and typically carried a small mint mark. However, a limited number of 1,984 50 centimo coins were struck without any mint mark, and this has become a point of major intrigue and intense interest among collectors around the world. The absence of a mint mark on certain 1984 50 centimo coins has led to considerable speculation and debate within numismatic circles. There are a few possible explanations. First, it may have been a minting error, a mechanical oversight during the coin's production. Second, it could have been a transitional piece, created during a shift in minting operations or equipment. Some experts believe these coins may have been test strikes or part of a limited early run, making them extremely hard to find today. Regardless of how or why it happened, what's undeniable is this: the 1984 no-mint mark 50 centimo is now considered a key rarity in modern Philippine coinage. While millions of regular 1984 50 centimo coins exist, only a tiny fraction have been verified to lack the mint mark, and those few coins are commanding high values on both domestic and international markets. The rising popularity of coin collecting across Southeast Asia, and the Philippines in particular, has brought increased attention to rare varieties like the no-mint mark 1984 50 centimo. In online forums, auctions, and collector communities, these coins are often discussed with the same reverence as older silver pesos or even Spanish colonial reals. Over the last few years, verified examples in uncirculated condition or high grade certified by PCGS or NGC have fetched significant amounts. Some of these sales have crossed the 10,000 Philippine pesos mark, and in rare cases, even more. Coins with original luster, minimal wear, and strong strike details are especially prized. On platforms like eBay and collector-specific sites, sellers are listing no-mint mark 50 centimo coins for prices ranging between $100 to $300, depending on condition and provenance. That's a huge leap from its face value, and a testament to how scarcity and collector demand can multiply a coin's worth many times over. If you have a 1984 50 centimo coin lying around, it's time to take a closer look. Here's how you can identify if yours is a no-mint mark variety. First, examine the reverse side, particularly below the year or above the denomination. In regular coins, there should be a small mint mark, usually a letter or symbol. If your coin completely lacks any such marking, it may be a candidate for the rare no-mint mark issue. However, be cautious. Some mint marks can be faint due to wear and tear. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to carefully inspect the coin. And if you're unsure, consider submitting it to a professional grading service for authentication. This not only confirms the coin's rarity but can also significantly increase its resale value. Now, let's talk numbers. As of mid-2025, the the market value of the 1984 no-mint mark Philippines 50 centimo coin has reached impressive heights. Here's a general breakdown: circulated condition. Prices range from 1,500 to 3,000 pesos depending on visibility of details and overall eye appeal. Extremely fine, XF, to about uncirculated, AU. These can fetch between 3,000 to 7,000 pesos, uncirculated, UNC, or mint state. MS coins in this category are selling for 10,000 to 20,000 pesos or more, especially if professionally graded. These values are driven by a combination of factors: limited supply, increased collector interest, and the general rise of numismatics as a hobby and investment. Coin expos, online auctions, and private sales all reflect a growing recognition of this coin's historical and monetary value. The 1984 no-mint mark 50 centimo coin is more than just an anomaly, it is a symbol of how even modern coins can carry immense value and intrigue. For Filipino collectors, it represents a fascinating chapter in the country's monetary history. For global numismatists, it's a sought-after variety that continues to increase in worth. If you believe you found one, treat it carefully. Avoid cleaning or polishing it, as that can reduce its value. Store it in a protective holder and consider getting it appraised or graded. And above all, hold on to it, or if the price is right, you might just cash in on one of the most valuable Philippine coins of the 1980s. We delve deep into one of the most talked about coins in the European numismatic scene, the 1975 no-mint mark Spanish 5 pesetas coin. This unassuming yet historically rich piece of metal may be sitting in a drawer, forgotten, but for collectors, it could be worth much more than its face value. Let's explore the coin's history, its striking anomalies, the reason behind its rarity, and its current market value in the year 2025. To truly appreciate the significance of the 1975 5 pesetas coin, we need to revisit Spain in the mid-1970s, a pivotal time in Spanish history. The country was undergoing a monumental transition. General Francisco Franco, the authoritarian ruler of Spain since the late 1930s, passed away in November 1975. This event marked the end of a dictatorship and the beginning of a new constitutional monarchy under King Juan Carlos I. During this period, coin production still carried the symbolic legacy of Franco's regime, even as Spain prepared to move into a new political era. The 5 pesetas coin struck with the date 1975 belongs to this crucial juncture, making it not only historically important, but also numismatically unique. Now, here's where things become particularly fascinating. Although the obverse of the coin bears the date 1975, many of these coins were actually minted and released into circulation in 1976 and later. This discrepancy has led to considerable confusion and debate among collectors. The 1975 5 pesetas coin was struck in cupronickel and weighs approximately 5.75 grams with a diameter of 23 millimeters. The obverse of the coin features a right-facing bust of Francisco Franco, accompanied by the inscription, Francisco Franco Caudillo de España por la G. de Dios, which translates to, Francisco Franco, leader of Spain by the grace of God. The reverse side displays the Spanish coat of arms used during Franco's regime, with the denomination, 5 tas, prominently displayed. What makes the coin even more intriguing is the tiny 6-pointed star located to the left of the date. Inside this star is what's known as the real year of minting. For most 1975 dated coins, the actual year inscribed in the star is 76 or 77. However, a few rare coins exist with no date inside the star at all, making them what collectors refer to as the 1975 no star or no mint mark variant. This specific variation is the subject of intense interest among numismatists and is considered an error or misstrike. Among all versions of the 1975 5 pesetas coin, the no mint mark or blank star variant is by far the rarest. It is believed that only a very small number of these coins were released into circulation due to either an error in the minting process or an early production run before the final date punch was applied. Because of its extreme scarcity, this coin is sought after not just by Spanish collectors, but by enthusiasts and specialists from around the globe. It stands as a numismatic anomaly, a coin that shouldn't exist, and yet, does. It's important to distinguish this rare variant from the far more common 1975 coins with visible stars bearing the dates 76 or 77. If you possess a coin dated 1975, examine the small star to the left of the date carefully. If the star is completely blank or missing a date, you might just have a numismatic treasure in your hands. So, how much is the 1975 no-mint mark Spain 5 pesetas coin worth today? In 2025, the value of this rare coin has significantly appreciated in recent years. As of mid-2025, coins in uncirculated or near-mint condition have been fetching anywhere between $800 and $2,000 at major auctions and online marketplaces, depending on overall grade, luster, and authentication. Certified coins that have been graded by reputable institutions such as NGC or PCGS can command even higher premiums. Coins graded MS65 or higher have recently sold for over $2,500, especially when accompanied by full documentation confirming the blank star variant. Even lower-grade examples in fine or very fine condition are valued between $250 to $600, making it one of the most valuable post-World War II Spanish coins in circulation today. It's worth noting that interest in rare European coins, particularly those from transitional political periods, has increased over the past 5 years. This heightened demand has contributed to the rising value of coins like the 1975 no-mint mark 5 pesetas. The 1975 no-mint mark Spain 5 pesetas coin represents much more than just monetary value. It is a tangible piece of history, a silent witness to a nation's transformation, minted in a year of uncertainty and hope. If you believe you have one of these coins, handle it with care. Avoid cleaning or polishing it, as doing so could reduce its numismatic value. Instead, consider having it professionally graded to confirm its authenticity and condition. For collectors and investors alike, this coin is an excellent addition to any world coin portfolio, offering not only historical value but also impressive long-term appreciation potential. Thanks for joining us on this fascinating journey into the world of rare Spanish coinage. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like. We are exploring one of the most talked about Spanish coins in the collecting world, the enigmatic 1957 Spain 5 pesetas coin with no visible mint mark. This coin may look common at first glance, but beneath its modest surface lies a world of history, mystery, and surprising value in today's collector market. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you might be digging through your drawers or family keepsakes hoping to find one. The 5 pesetas coin minted with the year 1957 belongs to the Francoist era of Spain, under the regime of General Francisco Franco. During this time, Spain was still reeling from the effects of the Spanish Civil War and undergoing massive political and economic shifts. Although the coin bears the date 1957, this does not necessarily mean it was minted in that year. In fact, Spanish coins from this period are unique because the main visible date on the obverse does not represent the actual year of mintage. Instead, the true minting year is hidden within a tiny 6-pointed star, often located near the coin's edge. This mintmark system was used to obscure production dates, partly for political continuity. Coins bearing the date 1957 were actually minted from 1957 to 1975, with the specific star number revealing the exact year. However, some coins were minted without any visible star or mint mark at all, and these are the focus of today's video. Now let us clarify the term no mint mark. In the case of the 1957 5 pesetas, it refers to examples where the small star containing the actual mintage year is either missing entirely or struck so faintly that it is invisible without magnification or specialized lighting. These anomalies are not errors in the traditional sense, but they are incredibly rare variations resulting from misaligned dies, planchet issues, or even experimental strikes. Collectors around the world are now placing a premium on these no star or no mint mark variants, as they suggest either a test run or an extremely limited batch. In the world of numismatics, rarity drives value. The standard 1957 5 pesetas coins are plentiful and relatively inexpensive, often selling for just a few dollars in circulated condition. However, when you remove the mint mark, either due to a minting anomaly or ultra-low production test strikes, the game changes entirely. Collectors are constantly seeking out coins with production variations. The 1957 no mint mark 5 pesetas is one such variation that has become increasingly sought after over the past decade. Experts estimate that fewer than a few thousand of these pieces exist, with only a handful known in mint state condition. Certified grading companies like NGC and PCGS have noted a small number of these coins in their population reports, further confirming their rarity. Current market value in 2025. As of mid-2025, the value of a 1957 Spain 5 pesetas coin without a visible mint mark depends heavily on its condition and authenticity. In average circulated condition, where wear is evident and details are softened, these coins have been selling in the range of $75 to $200 USD. In higher grades, such as extremely fine or about uncirculated, prices jump to between $300 and $700. In mint state condition, particularly if graded by a reputable service, collectors have paid upwards of $1,500 to over $4,000, depending on eye appeal, toning, and provenance. At auction, exceptional specimens with historical documentation or known provenance have reportedly fetched more than $5,000. It is important to remember that market trends fluctuate. The value is largely influenced by demand from collectors, auction visibility, and the rarity confirmed by professional grading services. If you believe you have a 1957 5 pesetas coin without a mint mark, here's what you should do: examine the coin under magnification, ideally 10x or greater. Look carefully for the small star near the edge. If there is no sign of it, not even a faint outline, you may have a rare variant. Check the overall condition of the coin. Higher quality coins are more desirable and fetch better prices. Submit the coin to a reputable grading service. Professional authentication is essential if you plan to sell or auction the coin. Compare with known examples, using online databases, collector forums, or auction archives. The 1957 no mint mark Spain 5 pesetas coin is a perfect example of how history, minting practices, and minute details can transform an ordinary coin into a prized collectible. What might appear as a common coin from a post-war European regime could in fact be a hidden gem worth thousands. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a curious beginner, this coin reminds us that rarity is often hidden in plain sight. If you enjoyed this deep dive, be sure to like this video, share it with fellow collectors, and subscribe the Expensive Coins History channel for more content just like this. Let us know in the comments, have you ever come across a Spanish coin from the Franco era? We'd love to hear your stories and discoveries. Until next time, keep collecting, keep learning, and always remember, the smallest details can hold the greatest value.